Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Brittany. What is your name?
I'm Allie.
Nice to meet you, Allie.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so before we get started, I would just like to tell you that I am a mandated reporter. So that means that if you talk about harming yourself or anybody else, I would have to report that.
Okay.
So anything else that we talk about in here will be confidential. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you tell me a little bit about why you're here today?
So me and my boyfriend got into just an argument last week, and he actually hit me afterwards, after it was all said and done. And so I guess I felt like I needed somebody to talk to about it, almost.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with me, Allie. I know it can be a little difficult to maybe say that. I'm definitely here to listen to you. So, could you tell me a little about your boyfriend?
We've been together for 3 years. We just recently moved in together, a couple months ago. But up until this point, everything's been really good. It's we get along great. Our families get along great. We're always together, and nothing like this has ever happened before. We've gotten into arguments and all of that, and yelled at each other, but we've never been physical ever. And this was just kind of surprising, and it was really scary.
Yeah, I can see how that it could be scary for you. So again, thank you for sharing that with me. But other than that, it sounds like in the past your relationship has been pretty good, and that you're saying this was a recent. It's been more recent that this has happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship in the past?
When we first met, everything was literally perfect, it could be, and there was never any arguments at all. And then the more we got into it, we started arguing about, stupid stuff. We were spending too much time together, but it was never as bad as it's gotten now. And then like I said, a few months ago, we moved in together, and the arguments kind of picked up more, I guess, because we're around each other a lot more. Than we were when we were living separate. But now the arguments have gotten a little bit more heated. We're yelling more. And then, like I said, he hit me this last time.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that your relationship up to this point was really great, and then here recently it's kind of taken a turn, and your arguments have gotten a little worse. And like you said, this past time he hit you. I know that can be pretty hard to deal with, to go through.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even think that this argument was that big of a deal. We were just arguing about if we were going out to dinner with his parents or if we were staying in and eating, and all of a sudden it just it got heated out of nowhere, and he ended up hitting me.
The argument escalated pretty quickly then.
Yeah.
Okay. And so far, what have you done anything, maybe talk to him about the argument?
I mean, after the arguments are done, he always apologizes, and it ends up being okay pretty fast. But this last time, it was kind of it was kind of tense, and we didn't really talk until the next day. So I kind of just let it go. So I don't really know. I've talked to my mom about it a little bit, but I don't really know where I should go from here. I want to stay with him, but I also need to keep myself safe.
Yeah, so on one hand, you're saying that you really want to stay with your boyfriend and you really enjoy the relationship, and on the other hand, you're kind of saying that you want to feel safe around him, and you don't want the fight to escalate like this again.
Right, exactly.
Okay, and what have you done so far to kind of get to that, create that safeness in your relationship?
I guess so far it's just I've been talking to my mom more on the phone about it, and she kind of helps out as much as she can. She kind of knows the situation. And then on top of that, I kind of just try to stay to myself when I get home from work. I try not to nag or talk too much so that we can avoid an argument.
Okay. So I can just tell you a little bit about what my role is. So I can kind of help you create like a safety plan. It sounds like your mom might be a great person to reach out to. You've already done that in the past. Or I can just give you some other resources about things that we can do to help you feel a little bit safer or kind of help this not happen again. Is that something you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, I think for sure, like having something I can go off of if something were to happen like this again would be
Okay.
helpful.
So I think maybe at this time, like you said, maybe calling your mom would make you feel a little bit safer, or maybe like reaching out to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we're going to have to end this today here right now. Would you like to kind of come and talk about that a little bit more next week?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, it would be great to see you back then.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you.